Hi, I'm very excited to be here, and thanks for having me at the Google Cloud Financial Services Summit. My name is Mike Blalock, and I'm the General Manager of our financial services industry team at Intel. I'm based in Boston, and I work with a global team of account executives and technologists, as well as the business unit, to develop solutions based on Intel technology that are delivered through our ecosystem partners like Google Cloud that address the key business challenges. We're very excited about the partnership with Google in financial services. It's a critical industry for both organizations for several reasons. First of all, it drives about 19% of the global IT spend. It's a first mover industry. We see technology transitions in financial services before we see them in other industries. It's a data-driven industry that values performance and technology, and it's investing heavily in technology for innovation and differentiation. In my section, I'll be talking about how we see the financial services industry, where Intel is focusing to be a technology partner, and how we're working with Google Cloud to deliver this technology and support the industry on their journey through their data-driven digital transformation. Let me kind of set the stage here and give you our view of key technology inflections and distributed intelligence and how they're redefining the value of data. There's an incredible appetite for data and the compute, storage, and networking required to get insight and make that data relevant. To fully unleash the potential of data, you need to move, store, and process data faster and more securely than ever before. Today, everything is becoming a computer. We've moved from the PC era to the mobile cloud era to this new era that we call distributed intelligence, where computing is pervasive and intelligence is delivered everywhere. When we made the shift from the PC era to the mobile cloud era, we saw about a 10x increase in the user base and the demand for compute. We expect that trend will continue in this new era as everything is a computer and connected with an incredible amount of data being created. You look at financial services and the payment industry, and we're moving from a people-based payment ecosystem to a machine-based payment ecosystem. In this new world, the computer is not the PC or the server, it's the car, it's the network, it's the factory, it's the city. Distributed intelligence brings compute to the data. This new distributed intelligence framework and the growth of data are inextricably linked to four key technology inflections. And this is where Intel is focusing. Think of these as the four superpowers, if you will. It's around hybrid multi-cloud, artificial intelligence, 5G and mobility, and the intelligent edge. Organizations that can, leverage these key technology inflections and drive actionable insight from the data are going to lead the way that people can change the world. Think about what these four technology inflections can mean for financial services and our industry and ways that value and services can be delivered in the future in ways that we haven't even thought of. Intel's ambition is to be the trusted performance technology leader and to play a greater role in our customers' success. To be that technology partner, we need to first understand the top challenges in the industry. And every year we work with our corporate strategy office and industry analysts and experts to look at what are the key challenges, what's the top of the mind at the C-suite in the industry. And this is really across all domains of financial services, whether you're in banking, insurance, capital markets, or payments. We see three similar challenges. First and foremost is around changing customers' behaviors and expectations. It's how fast can you react and adapt to changes in customers' behaviors and expectations around technology. And this has really been accelerated by COVID-19. This industry is, moving incredibly fast to digitize and create digital channels, streamline and refine or eliminate physical channels to be able to deliver a secure, efficient, frictionless omni-channel services to their customers, both to their existing customers to grow and maintain, but also to attract new customers. Second key challenge here is around compliance and regulation. This is really nothing new for financial services. It's the most regulated industry in the world. But what we've seen is a shift from regulations expanding the focus from risk management and transparency, moving into areas like driving increased competitiveness, openness, and standardization, things like PSD2 and open banking. We believe that this area, which depending on who you talk to, consumes about 40 to 50% of the resources available, will continue to be a major challenge and expanding challenge, with additional data sets required, increased compute requirements, shorter reporting frequencies, and things like fundamental review of the trading book, or FRTB, which are expected to increase the compute requirements by up to 10x. And finally, new entrants in competition. If you can't provide new relevance and value to your customers, somebody else will. And we heard Jamie Dimon recently say that the incumbents can expect very, very strong competition from this space over the next 10 years. This competition will come in some areas from areas that aren't heavily regulated or don't have to meet the same regulations that financial services has to. And in almost all cases, these new incumbents have very streamlined and efficient digital channels to deliver services. In Q4 of last year, we worked with Google Cloud, Temenos, and sponsored a research paper with IDC that looked at the accelerated digital transformation in banking. And this slide provides a summary of some of the findings that I wanted to share with you today. Essentially, there's 5 phases that the industry moved through during the crisis. The first was around business continuity, overcoming the immediate challenges that are there, keeping things going and getting things going, things like call center agents working from home, and how do I safely close and reopen the branch. Second was around cost optimization. We saw a incredible focus on projects being reviewed. Long-term projects were limited, efficiency and cost savings were put on hold, and there was a big focus on agility and efficiency in delivering services. The third phase was operational resiliency. As we approach this new normal, we can kind of take a breath, think about what do we need to do, how do we prepare for the next challenge and the next crisis, because we know there will be one, and look at how we're going to fund those efforts and where we're going to focus our resources. And in this stage, we saw an incredible focus on the cloud migration, on cybersecurity, around digital ID and authentication for remote attestation, around big investments in automation, both in robotic process automation, as well as IT infrastructure automation. And how do we set the stage to develop a data platform to deliver analytics and AI at scale to the business? Stage 4 was, once we've identified those areas, how are we going to invest in those in a long-term plan that will eventually get us to this future enterprise, stage 5, where we're able to look at speed and innovation balanced with resiliency and security to deliver services into the future. We saw the industry move through this phase in different rates, with some banks benefiting from the digital divide, but the goal was how quickly can we move to the right and move to this future enterprise stage. It's really all about providing a new customer experience. A customer experience both for the external customers, which are really critically important. the consumers and the small businesses, but also the internal customers. Remember, an enterprise is a collection of customers, and they're your digital customers as well. This is especially important today with the line of business and the software developer community, when talent is critical, and everyone is competing for the same scarce talent. I like the way that Chris Skinner positioned this in the End of FinTech blog, where he kind of mapped out, what does this shift to digital look like? It's real time. It's engaging at a window that's convenient for me. It's all the time and everywhere. It's seamless and frictionless. Financial services is integrated into my lifestyle. I shouldn't have to think about banking. It's personalized and contextual. It's also predictive and anticipates what I need, what's important, and what's going to add value for me. And it's for everyone, and it's inclusive. Digitization provides a lower cost structure that allows for financial services to be expanded to a broader set of the population. This is about the shift to digital, not just digitizing the front end, but reimagining how financial services are delivered in the future by leveraging both technology and data. So what is Intel and Google doing to create and support this, this journey and this data and digital foundation in financial services? Well, we're focused on, first and foremost, the infrastructure modernization and how infrastructure is delivered through the cloud. IT modernization enables business modernization. Essentially, the IT and technology teams in financial services are dealing with, three key challenges. How do I manage the explosion of data, both internal data and external data? How do I secure the data, the workload, and the infrastructure? And how do I deliver capabilities to the business within a given power, space, and cost envelope? Now, cloud addresses all of those key challenges, but it's not one thing, and it's delivered across a spectrum of on and off-premise solutions. Intel is working with our partners and our ecosystem to deliver on this hybrid multi-cloud vision, with having the best solutions to move, store, and process data. And this cloud foundation is critical and foundational for the shift to digital. The second is around, once you have this digital infrastructure in place, how do you deliver analytics and AI at scale? Intel is looking at a heterogeneous architectures for AI across CPU, GPU, FPGAs, and accelerators. Our third generation Xeon Scalable processor was the first data center processor with built-in AI hardware acceleration. And we have the right processor, the right architecture for the right workload. So we're focusing on three areas in financial services, three key AI and analytics areas. They're around risk management and portfolio optimization. So things, fraud detection, market surveillance, AML. It's around customer engagement, chatbots, recommendation engines, next best type solutions, and then around increasing operational efficiency with digital onboarding, call center automation, and cybersecurity. And data security and data privacy are paramount. This is nothing new in financial services, where data security and trust are everything. And Intel is working to enhancing cryptography and encryption capabilities on our Xeon processors to help customers balance that transition and enable security in a multi-cloud environment. We're partnering closely with Google and our ecosystem to accelerate your digital transformation. We have looking at the power of the platform, so expanding beyond the CPU in moving, storing, and processing data, as well as working with a broad ecosystem of partners, whether it's SIs, ISVs, OEMs, to deliver capabilities and reduce time to market, the power of the ecosystem. We're very excited about this collaboration with Google and moving the industry forward in this digital and data journey. Intel's developed and deployed many technologies supporting Google Cloud, And we're really focusing on two areas. One is around infrastructure modernization and the other application modernization. On infrastructure modernization, we look at Xeon processors across many instances in the Google Cloud, what to drive, increased performance, in greater scale, and the right economics. Our instances are optimized for AVX 512 for HPC and grid applications. We also have cryptography acceleration for heavily where you need a lot of encryption, and we have also deep learning boost with enhanced acceleration for AI inference. These are all enabled on Intel and provide a foundation whether you're looking for disaster recovery, HPC and grid, real-time analytics with streaming data, or AI inference. We have the right instance for that compute workload. Intel is also working to enable, test, and optimize enterprise workloads. And some of them are shown here with VMware, SAP, and Oracle. We want to have the best performance per core, and we're able to support those solutions in a very optimized manner. On the application side, we're very excited about the work that's happening with Anthos, and how do we simplify? We've heard a lot about multi-hybrid cloud. This is really where it all comes together. Simplifying the cloud migrations with a tested, verified solution that accelerates deployment and time to value with Intel Select Solutions. And then on the telco side, which is both an industry and a technology, Intel and Google are working, to really deliver on this cloud to edge vision in financial services for how solutions and services are delivered at the edge. We're operating in 74 zones, 24 regions, and over 3,000 points of contact within the Google Cloud environment. So with that solution, we're able to help financial services, plan and deliver on their data-driven, future, focusing on the inherent and unique strengths in financial services. This industry is in a very unique position in that it has brand, it has customers. The customers trust the organizations they deal with, and they know how to manage risk. The industry is on a journey to update the technology and change the business processes and culture to build a platform of innovation that leverages data to deliver more value. And the industry has the opportunity to expand from the relationship from this, rational trust, I trust you with my money, to emotional trust, I trust you with my money and my data. And this means more than just optimizing the bottom line for cost and, improving efficiencies or growing the top line for new services. That's really table stakes. Where we see the industry leaders are really doing the things in the green at the bottom. They're monetizing insights for new business models externally, and they're enabling their customers, whether they're consumer or business customers, to monetize their insights and deliver more value. So Intel technology delivered by Google Cloud enables the future of financial services. Cloud powers the digitization of everything. It is foundational for the shift to digital. And multi and hybrid cloud strategies accelerate transformation. Organizations that lead in this shift have higher customer satisfaction, more revenue, and greater efficiency. It also gives organizations access to their data. And the data is exploding, and really insight is the differentiation. If we look, 5 years ago, it was 80% of the data was internal, 20% was external. If we look 5 years in the future, we're going to see 20% of the data is internal, 80% external, but that 20% will really be critical and will be the differentiator. And providing new services and value. AI needs architectures optimized for real-time data. So engaging now in the future of financial services, we're very excited to work with you and our partners in delivering the future financial services and leveraging technology and data to deliver value in new and exciting days. So thank you for the time today. Please get in touch with us, and we would love to talk to you more about our solutions and how we're working with the financial services industry. Thank you very much.